What's up guys, my name is Blake Moore, welcome to Doordash Driver Reacts, and in this video I'm going to be reacting to a video I came across today from Keyvon Truth where he supposedly is going to tell me how to make $300 a day on Doordash. And so I'm just going to go through the video, I'm going to give you guys my reaction to it, let you know if his tips are the same tips I would give and if I would follow his exact tips. And you're just going to get my thoughts on if his strategies are actually how I think you can make $300 a day on Doordash. So with that said, make sure you guys hit that like button for me and also hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out with the algorithm, helps push these videos to a broader audience so that new dashers out there can find this content and get some great information from it. So make sure you do those two things and let's get right into this video.
And today I just wanted to make a video on how to make $300 a day on DoorDash. So I'm going to be posting a few screenshots of.
So right off the bat, actually, he just looks fresh. Like, I love that shirt he's wearing and his chain is dope. He's got the fresh looking beard. I wish I could grow a beard that thick and that dope, but unfortunately I can't. Maybe one day, but to start off the video, he's looking fresh, so a thumbs up there. You might as well hit the like button for his dope outfit. Come on.
Times I made like 1,700, times I made 1,600. You know, just so you can know that you're taking information from someone who knows what they're talking about, right? So step number one is going to be get focused, because you're going to have to be very focused to make this $300 a day. You're going to be working pretty much all day. I mean, you're not going to be working 24 hours to make it, but you're going to be working a good 12 to maybe 14 hours to make.
I definitely agree with him that it is going to take you probably at least 12 hours if you're using DoorDash. My advice to you guys who are watching this would be to don't just use DoorDash. Try and get on with Uber Eats and Grubhub. It'll make your life a lot easier. And if you want to check out my other channel, More Finance, I just barely did a challenge where I made $1,000 over one weekend. And I could literally get like $360 in about 9.5 hours. So just a little tip for you guys, but I agree with him with just doing DoorDash. It's probably going to take you 12 or more hours.
$300 a day. So I'm just going to let you know that up front. So you're going to have to get focused. You're going to have to get motivated. You're going to have to be determined, because you're definitely going to have to wake up early in the morning and, you're going to have to make it happen. Definitely going to have to make it happen. So step number one would definitely be to get focused. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So step two is going to be learn the app. And what I mean by learn the app, I mean learn things that you can do on DoorDash and learn things that you can't do on DoorDash. A few tips would be you can, pay very close attention to your customer rating and your completion rate, because if those two things fall below a certain threshold, you can become deactivated for it.
Yeah, that is true. If your customer rating dips too much and your completion rate dips too much, then you can be deactivated. But he's saying to kind of like focus on those things. I would say really you don't need to focus on them. They should stay above the deactivation threshold just fine, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Yeah, check in on it every once in a while, but if you're doing good service and you're not unassigning that many orders, then you shouldn't have a problem with this at all.
For customer rating, it cannot fall below 4.2, and for your completion rate, it cannot fall below 80%. It used to be 70%, but now it's 80%. So they're not playing about that completion rate. And with those two things, especially completion rate, it's easy for it to go down and it's hard for it to come back up. So those are things you do not want to make a habit of, accepting an order and then canceling it because the restaurant is slow and stuff like that. So just learn the app, learn what you can do, learn what you can't do. Okay, so step number 3 would be learn your area. I would suggest working one area at a time. Learn that before you move on to a different area, because you have to know that area so you can know which orders to, I'm going to say which restaurants to accept, which restaurants you should not go to. That's going to be, I want to say that's probably going to be the number one thing that's going to help determine if you make $300 or not. So
I 100% agree with him on this. Knowing your area can literally make or break the amount of money you make. Like, I remember back when I first started DoorDash, I made about $14 to $16 an hour. Now, just doing DoorDash, I can probably make about $26 an hour if it's dinner time. And on the weekends, I could probably average $28 an hour. So that just goes to show you the better you know your area and the longer you do DoorDash in a certain area, you can definitely grow your income. Like, I've been doing it for over 3 years now, and I've almost doubled my income. So that just goes to show you the better you know your area, the more money you're gonna make.
Definitely learn the area. Work one area at a time. Restaurants where the food is ready every time you come there, that's a good restaurant. Restaurants where you get there, the food might not be ready, but when you tell them, hey, I'm here with DoorDash, they make it 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops, but mostly 5 minutes. Restaurants that when you get there, the food is ready in 5 minutes, that's still a good restaurant too. But restaurants, when you get there, the food is never ready. They always blame it on the app. They always blame it on DoorDash why the food isn't ready. And it takes 15, 20, 30 minutes plus to make the food. Stay away from no kind of restaurant. All right. Step 4 is going to be know which orders to accept. All right. So this is another one that's my personal favorite because these are definitely the critical moments of making the $300 or not. So, okay, so the first deliveries that I'm going to show you are going to be bad deliveries. I'm going to show you deliveries if these type of deliveries pop up on your screen, do not accept them because they're just not going to be helpful on getting $300 a day. So I'm going to show you bad deliveries first. So if your deliveries look like these, the one.
Hold up. How is that $12 order? Oh, it's a Walmart, 2 Walmarts. Okay, that makes sense. I was about to say, like, $12 for 4.9 miles? That's a good order in my opinion, but as you can see, it's a Walmart order. Now, I haven't done a Walmart order in a very long time. I don't know if they like got rid of it in my area or something, but sometimes, considering it's 27 items between the 2 orders, that means that on average, it's about 14 items per order in this. So not big orders at all, not a lot of bags, probably about 2 bags per order, maybe 3. Then I would say that's actually not bad for those 2 Walmart orders, especially because a lot of the Walmart orders, the tips get factored in later, and a lot of the times the minimum tip is like $10. So this could actually end up being like a $32 order. It really could. I've seen it happen even with myself. Sometimes you get like $20, $30 tips from these Walmart orders. Now, it would depend on kind of what area. If your area is like a wealthier area, then I would say you're probably going to get a really good tip out of those. But maybe if it's a lower income area, then you might not. But I would say that's an average order. It's a risky order, but I would say it's not that bad of an order, to be honest. The other ones he's showing are definitely bad orders.
Today, so I'm going to show you bad deliveries first. So if your deliveries look like these, the ones that I'm showing, you do not want to accept them. You just don't. Okay? Now, if your deliveries, now I'm going to show you the good deliveries. If your deliveries look similar to these, then yes, you should definitely hit that accept button. I'm going to be showing you a few examples. Here are some right here. Oh, wow. So,
yes, I approve of all those orders. Those are all really good orders. Except, okay, wait, hold on. Except maybe that Chipotle order. Chipotle in my area, they just take an absurd amount of time. Like, they always take forever and are piled up with delivery orders and even in-house orders. So Chipotle it's kind of a risky one in my market. So just be aware of those specific restaurants where it's like, they're going to take forever and they're always backed up on orders. Like the pickup time might say 2 o'clock. You get there at 2 o'clock and they say it's still going to be like 20 more minutes. Yeah, stay away from those restaurants. So that Chipotle one, yeah, it seems like a good order, but it might not be. So just be aware of that.
pretty much it. If your deliveries look like these, you should definitely accept them. I will accept. I don't do no $4 order. I don't do no $3, no $2, no $5. The lowest that I personally accept is $6, right? So for $6, if that's the minimum accept, that's gonna be the least amount of distance I'm willing to travel. So for $6, I'm not really going no farther than like a mile, maybe a mile and a half if I know that restaurant is fast. But for the most part, generally speaking, I'm not going no farther than a mile for $6, right?
See, I don't agree with that point either. If it was a $6 order and it was like 2.5, 3 miles, I'm still going to accept that order, especially if it's taking me to an area where there's more restaurants, then that's not a bad order at all. He's kind of being a little bit stingy with the $6 and 1 mile. That's just a crazy ratio. I would just try and stick to $1.50 per mile. That's a good ratio, but $6 for 1 mile, that's going to be hard to find.
So when we get to about $7, $8 range, I'm not really going no farther than three miles for $7, $8. I'm not going no farther than that. So when we get to the $9, $10 range, I'm not going no farther than 4 miles. And the farthest that I will go, period, I don't care how much money they're paying me, the farthest that I'm willing to travel is 5 miles. And that's going to...
Okay, his area must be densely populated and like really compact, because my area is like 42 square miles. If I followed this rule, I would definitely not make as much money as I could. So I usually don't take anything above like 7 or 8 miles. That's kind of my rule of thumb. And if it's a 7 or 8 mile order, then it usually has to be above $12. So that's just my opinion. Maybe his is really dense and a lot of traffic or something like that. I live in a suburb in Utah, so the traffic isn't too bad. Maybe that's a good rule for his market.
Very, very rare that I travel 5 miles. But if I do travel 5 miles, that's going to be for order that's $15 and up. $15. Do not break the guideline because it's surging. Because I'm telling you, you will sell yourself short. Do not break the guideline because it's surging. That's all I have for my tips on how I make $300 a day on Doordash. My name is Keyvon Truth. I hope this video helped you guys.
There we have it. For the most part, I agreed with a lot of his tips. There were some adjustments I'd make on a few of those, but overall, good video, good tips. I would say if you saw this video and never saw my opinion on it, then there would be no harm done. You could still make $300 using his advice. I just think his advice is a little too tailored to his market. It doesn't go over a complete broad market view, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully this video is able to give you guys some great info and was enjoyable for you to watch. If it was, make sure you hit that like button for me and also hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed my content. And as you guys know, you're the best subscribers in the entire world, and I'll see you guys next time.